Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of there.
Oh, this is early for me. Hey, everybody, it's your boy, Matty Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Do me a favor and start off by hitting that like button. If you are available to share to your other stations and platforms, wherever you're landing, hit those up with the share button and get in that comment section after this. This is an early review today because I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. So that means after that doctor's appointment, I'm most certainly not going to be in the mood to do this. So we're doing it early today. And we're also in my bedroom because they're working directly outside my door on my neighbor's apartment, as well as the apartment that shares my bathroom wall. Don't know what needs to be changed, but I'm trying to make sure the sound and quality is still there. If you hear a fan in the background, it's because I'm hot. You can deal with it. But yes, I hope everyone's having a good day. I am stressed, but I'm still blessed, and I'm happy to be here with you to have a conversation about Drag Race España Season 3, Episode 6. I'm a little over it. It's getting real weird up in here. I'm sorry. I don't agree with a lot of what's happening with the judges panel, and I'm finding some of the comments and critiques to be pointed and just on a different level. Yes, that is another kitty bed. Oh, that is in the background. Oh my Lord. Okay. So yeah, that's the other cat tower because, as you know, tomorrow I plan on going to go get this cat and going to a shelter and adopting a new fur baby. I think that's one of the reasons why I am stressed because I have a lot that's going to go with that. Plus, I'm going to chronicle the experience and post a video about, at least the first couple of days I have with that cat. And you'll more than likely see them in each and every video. Be prepared. I already feel my cat's going to have my same personality. If she's a talk or they're a talker, it's going to be funny. But yes, I put that bed there, like trying to see if that's going to be like, hey, it's right by the window. You'll love it. But I have a feeling that my bed, which is super comfortable, is going to be helpful. Also, this SpongeBob pillow I've had since I was like 17. I am 36. So I've had that pillow for 19 years. So there's a special story behind it. That's why you may see it sometimes in my background. It's a very sad and sweet story, but it's a story behind it. And of course, the new little cat tower, which I'm more than likely going to move closer to the window anyways. But anywho, let's get my social medias out the way first because I do have an appointment to keep today and I need to make sure that I go. It's at MattyRants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the MattyRants. You can find that all available for your consumption and for your take in the description section. Come on, words. Section with the Linktree link. So just hit it and you can find me in all those other spaces. I also do reactions on Patreon. I actually did this reaction already. I posted it at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Okay. 2 a.m. I was dedicated to getting this out because Thursday and Friday, I need a break. It's going to be me and the kitty time. Okay. Did you transfer yet? What are you talking about? Transfer what yet? What are you talking about? Continuing on, and also Cameo, Johanna. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you what are you saying? Cameo request. Please send me out some love. Okay. Oh, you must be talking to somebody. There's a whole conversation. I'm like, what's happening? I was like, oh, transfer. What's going on? Who's transferring? What am I transferring for? Goodness gracious. Let me let y'all have your conversations there since y'all are literally, y'all family too. That's what we have this rant pack for, okay? See, this is early in the day. Didn't I tell y'all when it's earlier in the day, I am not functionable? Someone's like, Matt, it's 12 in the afternoon. No, but it's early for me because I didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. last night trying to make sure I got that reaction posted. And because I'm one of those people where whenever I finish working, it takes me a long time to then decompress and bring myself down. I don't know if anybody else has that same issue when it comes to work and how you have to like remove yourself from what you're doing for a minute and then just get yourself actually relaxed to then lay it down. I am one of those people. It takes time to process. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of stuff just to bring me back to like, okay, I can go to sleep now. And that unfortunately is me. So yes, that's why I hate working late or doing videos really late, because after that, it's like, child, if I'm going to go to bed, it's going to be 2 hours before I can do that. I have to watch some American Dad or some, Bob's Burger gets a cartoon going, take a hot bath. I got to be that kind of guy. So yeah, it takes me forever. And I hate that. I want to just go right to bed, but like, So yes. Okay, listen. But yes, tomorrow I'm getting this cat. I'm so excited. I have the jitters. I just want to be a good pet parent. And yeah, you'll hear my story behind that in my video, and I'm going to tell you why I have so much anxiety for the situation. So like, you'll see where it all comes from. And I'm also going to be just so excited to go get this cat and it be my new buddy. I will be buying another scratcher. Someone recommended getting a horizontal one. And I am also going to buy some spray today just to make sure that with the cords that I have for specific items, my PlayStation 5, that the cat won't even want to attempt to like chew on it. Because that's a very expensive. Yeah, no. I'm also thinking of just putting things away when I'm not using them to make sure that the cat just understands like this is not for play. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna try to be good about it, but I'll be chronicling the journey, and there will be lives that happen where it's like Catty Rants time and Cat Daddy time or whatever name we make for it. But yeah, we'll be lives where it'll be dedicated to the cat. So, and TikToks and all that good stuff. Get ready. The cat will be a star. I have a feeling. Something's telling me. I had a dream about getting a cat the other day too. And I felt like my cat was very talkative. I'm like, oh Lord. And he's probably going to get it from me. Even if they weren't talkative, I feel they will be. Because once I go live, it's like, oh, he gets to speak. I want to speak too. I feel it in my bones. Anywho, if you want to drop a tip in my jar, I appreciate it. It's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $, and Venmo MattyRants. It's not necessary for you to participate, but it is much appreciated. But at the same time, a thumbs up is necessary for you to participate here. Hit that thumbs up and get in the comment section afterwards. YouTube loves that for the algorithm purposes. We got some super chats. Thank you so much for the love. Erica, all my blessings, all my love to you, baby. I can't wait to see. Come on, hair. I can't wait to see the cats. We have 3 at home and some strays that come around that we feed. I got one stray. It's that calico that meows me down. And I feel like once I get my cat and I have my screen door open, I have a feeling I'll be ending up adopting a stray cat. I'm like, I don't know, but we'll see. She keeps coming around, and I'm like, I feed her because she knows what's up. Because apparently it's me and one of the maintenance people that gives her time and energy. But I'm like, all right, keep coming around here. I'm bring you in this house. You're gonna get them nails clipped. We're gonna get you microchipped. Okay. SRB Japan, thank you so much for this super chat. I've been fostering bottle feeding for orphan kittens. Oh, that's so amazing. I love that. Listen, this is not about cats today. I know. I'm just very excited to talk about it, but also very nervous because they just want to be a good dad. But we're talking about this nonsense here. I like Drag Race España. It's one of my favorite franchises. That is never going to change. Nothing can change that, honestly, in my opinion. I love this show. But I'm getting annoyed with certain comments and critiques from, in particular, the Javis, both of them. I don't know what kind of stuff they're smoking, but it ain't good. Okay? And I'm not accusing them that, you know what? I'm not doing this correctly. I'm not doing this correctly, y'all, because I am going to have some opinions today that may feel a little pointed, but I need people to know that this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by MattyRants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet, and no hate should be sent to any of the people or the shows, individuals, anyone mentioned on this program. So please don't be rude. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this, I have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. Get you some merch, baby, okay? The auditions were rigged. That was like literally just for fluff, and it kind of pressed me a little bit. I could see the strings happening. as everything was going down. I don't respect the Javi's opinions this season. I don't know where they're coming from. I more so am inclined to listen to Anna. I feel like people are trying to go for, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like they're trying to do wow statements with their commentary and critiques versus actually focusing on what the issues are and what is the problem and why they don't necessarily see it for somebody. But if I'm going to speak in reference to Clover and Visa, like, let's be very honest. The way the script was set up was for particular roles to shine. And for them to say one person wasn't doing enough and the other one wasn't dancing hard enough, it's like, baby, you assign the roles. You assign the roles. What are you talking about? Like, okay, so let's continue on with this. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start the show. I apologize for any noises in the background today. We got to hit it from the bedroom, y'all. We got to go from the bedroom today. I'm going to roll through this and I'm going to just get to my shrimply pibbles. For those of you who have seen Smiling Friends, this is who Petita is starting to give me right now. That one character that's trying to get Shrimplina. Because I'm getting a little tired of Petita. Like, I like her a lot. I think her drag is excellent. I think she is creative as fuck. But there is something about her disingenuousness, like the way she's a little bit, to us in the commentary, like very much the confessionals here, she's victim. When she's in front of them, she plays dumb. And then when she's talking to somebody by themselves, she's dragging bitches. And it's really interesting to see that happen. Like, she gets in the group, I didn't do anything. She gets in the confessional, can you believe this? But this is my opinion. And then by somebody else, well, this is how I really feel, but I'm not trying to be rude about it. Honey, this edit for you this week was very funny. I said, oh, they set you up for a win. We had a whole storyline that happened in the mirror. We already had one before. But we got a second storyline with her now. So, baby, this is a lot. I like her, but I said, this is getting weird. This is getting weird. Like, no one's really addressing the situation. The judges have addressed things that have happened off camera as well as in the workroom that have been on camera. So why aren't we calling this out too when it comes to certain situations? I'm confused. So it's like, okay. Anywho, Supreme de Shorts over here has come into the workroom to let them know that they're going to be doing a musical this episode that's based off of The Wizard of Oz, but it's a little bit more vulgar in terms of what the context is. But they do something really lovely first, which they get gifts from home from people that they love that, help them, show them that, hey, we love you, we miss you, hope you're doing well, sort of bit. And it was very nice to see, even though I'm not going to say who Supreme was not giving that much energy to as far as facial expressions were when they went to their box. But yeah, also Ornella getting a vibrator was interesting. It was like a papaya and a vibrator. That's it. Okay. Girl, she wasn't cracking nothing for Clover, but when Vania was starting to cry, Supreme was getting emotional, and I recognized and remember that Vania and Supreme have worked together in the past. And there's a built friendship there, even though they're in this competition setting. And not to be this person, but this happens, say, with Canada's Drag Race, with Brooklyn. This happens with a couple of other franchises where I'm like, it's interesting that I'm supposed to watch this show and hope for the very best, that they don't just think too much of a person because they know them so well. But I don't know. Anywho, let me not dive too deep into that well. The milk don't smell right. I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. I don't know. I'm finding this to be less fun than the other 2 seasons that we've had on the show, where it felt a little bit more organic. And right now I'm getting some of Supreme's friends versus other girls. You know what I'm saying? And it's starting to look that way. How about the whole casting couch is all men? I was like, okay, interesting. Not trying to do that, but of course, the premise there, the person who's going to be facilitating and making their voices sound somewhat decent, the director of the said program, and the choreographer. I said, all right, interesting, interesting. Of course, this was supposed to be all fun, and everyone had to audition for their role, or however we want to put this. I feel like Clover set herself up for an edit of, I can do this, but I can't do that, because she said she's can do all of the things. She's like, I can sing, I can dance, I can. Don't ever say that. That is a Drag Race curse sometimes. When you tell the people, oh, I can do this, it's my bag. And then boom, they turn it into, we expected so much from you, i.e. Raja O'Hara season 11. I'm a dancer, I could do all that. Bam. Well, you had a hard time with this, and it's okay. Meanwhile, let's get to All Stars. Oh, you did fabulous. We saw your moves. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be this person, and I don't want to be negative with this experience with Drag Race España, but like the wheels are turning, the strings are pulling. I'm all right. Ornella, you are consistently robbed, and I hate using that word with Drag Race, but there are so many moments where I'm like, so we're just not going to give it to her. We're just going to put her in the high position, but it's this one thing that got you tripping. Yet with another person, we're just going to overlook what their like flaws were. Oh, okay, girl. Like, all right, moving forward. Anywho. Petita made it seem like they weren't going to be able to do anything this episode, but of course the directors had a role in mind for them that would be easy. Paquita was clearly uncomfortable in this moment, having to do the most and just being embarrassing, but it was really sweet to see her step out of her box. When they told Pink Chidora to do literally her Snatch Game character, in essence, to the audition, I was like, what? Like Lola Flores? I was like, wait, what? Okay. Visa, I was like, child, I like Visa. I did not expect to have what happened today. I like Visa. I did not expect what had happened today. And Bestia, this is her bag. So she really wants to shine because this is literally her element. They had a conversation I didn't care about. And the cast list was posted. Let's read it here together. So, because we're trying to split the roles up since there's so many people, Dorothy is Tia and Doro. Okay, Doro being Clover Bitch and Tia being Pink Chidora. Of course, the good witch is Vanya Vania. The bad witch is Bestia. And then, of course, instead of it being like the lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, it's the drag like version of these ones. So it's like, Paquita's the one that lacks courage, Visa's the one that lacks heart, and Petita Queen is the one that lacks a brain, right? Why is it Petita Queen? Isn't her name just Petita? Like, wait a minute, I'm confused. When have I just been saying the one thing and that's it? Okay, my bad. And then the quick wizard, which this is literally like a whole play on a Minute Man. Break me off, show me what you got, because I don't want no 1 minute man. Ooh, for those of you who know the Missy Elliott song and the reference to someone finishing early when it comes to sex. This is the play. I was like, okay. All right, let's see on this rolls, y'all. Anywho, Supreme running away from her hairline. Oh, you know what? I'm not doing this today. Let's keep going. I'm forgive me for how I sound, but it's just, I really was just irked at the end of the episode because it shit wasn't making sense to me. We have this, story, about Petita's upbringing and Catholic upbringing, being very conservative, and how it was very hard for them to express themselves, and a lot of the pain that came from growing up and having to deal with that trauma. Understandable. I know all about it. I'm talking to my therapist about it too, believe me. So I can relate in this situation to Petita. If I could also just add production notes here, I'd like to say this is very telling to how the story is going to go. And most of the time when we have these mirror moments, it's either I'm in the top or I'm in the bottom. They very rarely give us storylines for folks that are safe. Just saying. And I was like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. I don't know. It's so funny hearing this one Javi over here give so much of a critical critique, but they have been missing so much on the runways as far as their outfits. Even their posture is giving no thank you. You know, Anna Locking hasn't missed once this season, so I have nothing negative to say about her. Penelope Cruz's little sister, Monica Cruz, is the guest judge. I actually knew who this was. I was like, oh, I know of her. I know her from a series that she was on, as well as something else that I remember her like being famous for. But Tahavi is trying to bring the Jinko trend back, and I hate him for it. And Supreme is looking very loud, and you know, hey, go for it. Why is this pop? Dun dun. He is standing like that one boy who was obsessed with Nicki Minaj, who looks like they had their wires crossed and they never came back from the zone. You know what I'm saying? got lost out somewhere, bitch, and was never the same. Giving you Yellow Jackets tease, Javi. Okay. Oh, his name was Javi in Yellow. Wow. And on Yellow Jackets, his name is Javi too. Speaking of which, I am not happy with Yellow Jackets. I've enjoying what's happening as far as the buildup of this intensity of the twist that's going on, but I'm really pissed off at what just happened in the last episode. I think that was one of the dumbest writing decisions to make, especially after what we went through to get the person back in the first place with the first season in the second. Like, it didn't make any sense. I was like, why would you do that? Especially didn't. Anywho, let me get off of that. Back to this. Maybe she won because she was in this pose for quite some time. But the play starts, or whatever you want to call this. They're following the Yellow Piss Road. I think that Pink Shadora did a good job. I thought that honestly Clover did a really good job too. I thought they did very well. They had to be in multiple scenes. They had to dance and act at the same time. I didn't understand where the critiques were coming from for one particular person. How we didn't get you, where you weren't doing the most and being extra? What are you talking about? Huh? So was she supposed to be a character of her own character? I'm not understanding the level of criticism that one particular Clover bitch received. As far as I was concerned in watching the show, I thought she would be, if anything, safe. Because her runway was cute, but it wasn't like the most like wow. It was cute. It wasn't wow, but it was like, okay, so wait. Anywho, I thought Vanya did very well. Vanya is an actress. Vanya eats. Vanya Vania was everything. I was like, okay, bitch, you're giving. That's the good witch. I enjoyed her character so much. Pink Shadora and once again Clover bitch doing their job, and this was clean. The whole show was actually very good. If we're really being honest here, it was really good. Also, I like to mention that both Pink and Clover had to dance around in a flat boot. One flat boot for the majority of this play. Had to take them heels off on one leg and give you a little lean with it, a little Mary J. Blige, a little dip. Oh, you know how Mary dances, just lean, turn, up, route. Like I'm confused. What is happening? Like, okay. Wild card, that's only going to be possible if their runways start to look decent. Because she gave us 4 ugly looks today. And I was like, there's no way she's going to win or possibly get in a situation of being at a high level of like top 4. If every look she gives is like, wham, no, okay, nah. Being so serious. And I like her too, but every runway, it's like, oh no. Anywho, these babies even transitioned into a great scene. I was just like, what is happening? We get the drag courage, we get the drag, heart, and of course the brain pull up here. Now, Going over the script, looking at the lines that were in play, I don't know what Visa could have done differently that would have made them change their decision, because their lines were very little and it was not a lot to work with. I don't know what they were supposed to do. I know someone had to be in the bottom, and it feels like this role was meant for a person to be in the bottom. I'm being very honest with you. And that's another reason why I thought the whole audition process was dumb, because it was like, what do you mean? They have to audition and now you're going to give them the role. So you already have the role set in mind for the people that you want to be there, not that they had to audition. I don't believe that at this point. Like, Courage, call it what it is. Boom. That role was low end. Like, who was going to really like, oh, you were so impactful as the Courage, the character. She had like 7 lines. Let's not do this today. And a kiss. Oh, that was the breakout moment of the show. Was it? They like, I found that Petita's character was very well written for the brainless character. The whole iPhone cell phone bit literally had nothing but like all of the jokes and the puns and the lines to go with. So they could say, and they can argue with me that, well, it's up to Petita's way of acting in order to make that work. But I'm like, baby, if you give someone the material and it's right with God, of course they're going to be able to capitalize on that moment. And even the smallest of moments that they wouldn't be able to do so well will sound great because the script is so good. I like her. I think she's great. This felt set up to me. Sorry. It felt set up to me. Literally, and I agree with Marta Mama, and I've tagged her video, of course, in my comment section, wildcard, and I'm going to speak on that too, because in reality, let's call it what it is. The role for the rec little, skit they had to do, ditzy reporter, dumb woman, big-breasted, the full bit. Even when it came to other performances, same thing. It's like, And that may be her go-to because she's not a dancer, this, that, and the other. But I'm just saying, like, they're praising her for not being good at those things, but like honestly excelling with her personality, which I'm here for. But then you go to the person who actually is dancing and doing a good job at dancing, and you're saying it's not enough for them. I'm very confused. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? Are we winning the show because we like people, or are we winning the show because they're doing a good job? I don't know. This is weird. It's just, and again, Petita is amazing, but like them telling Visa she wasn't dancing enough when there weren't enough moments for her to even do the full out choreography that they were asking of her to do. Was this supposed to be a breakout moment? I mean, that leg is up. That leg is up. Up. Okay. Feet in the air. Pregnant. Stony Dub, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, baby. Just a little something for your fabulousness. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Wait, what is that a picture of? It's fabulous. I love that backdrop. It gives me like Vecna teas, and this is like the last season of Stranger Things, and hopefully it'll be written correctly. Oh, Lakia, thank you so much for the Cash App tip too. I appreciate you for your fabulousness. I'm assuming this is you double checked me. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Annoyed. Look, again, this is supposed to be silly. Like, you're not dancing in a Visa. Like, Paquita is doing her best with the Courage character. I didn't think it was as bad as what they were referring to, but she didn't have that many lines in the first place, so I didn't know what was going on. And in reality, if I'm just being honest here, I thought everybody did a good job. That's the problem. I believe everybody did a good job. So now are we just making up critiques because we need to base this off of likability or what? Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Hawaii. Oh my goodness. I never say Hawaii. It's Hawaii. Almost like a V is coming out, but not totally. Hawaii. Okay, Bestia. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if they gave you critiques, I feel like you still wouldn't have won, and they would have told you, well, you were literally like you were literally like in flats, like you didn't even have heels on, even though her character was looking for shoes. Like, I feel that that's what would happen to Bestie. They would have been like just trying to find something to say, like, oh, we love what you did, you were amazing, this is literally what you do for a living, this is amazing, like you literally should have won this episode, if I'm gonna be honest with you, based off the performance, if I'm really gonna go there. I'm not too much sure about the runway, but I want to say off of the challenge alone, you should have had commentary critiques. But I feel like they would have been like, oh, well, she didn't have shoes on, so I feel like they just would have made something up. Like, I don't know. I feel like you should have had an arch foot when you were walking and pretended to be in a heel, even though they had rain boots. It was weird. I didn't get what the whole moment and full on bit was, and why certain folks weren't getting critiqued the way they should have been, and why they were running through this when in reality, I felt like this is the episode they could have had a double Shantae, if we're being honest, and didn't introduce this twist until the following episode. If I was on this panel and I'm thinking about how the episode played out with the time that was given for people to get ready and how I was receiving the show, even the way the judges were acting after the whole like musical gives me now y'all were fraud and fake, because there was a lot of, oh yeah, a lot of that was happening. And I'm like, okay, you're acting as if these two people, Visa and Clover, were bringing the show down, and that's not the tea. And I'm not doing this off of me liking Clover and Visa. I'm talking about me watching the episode in the hour and damn near 30 minutes that it was. If you're going to make me sit through all this shit, all of them should have stayed. Ain't nobody should have gone home. It was too hard to judge because everyone did a good job. Ornella did a great job. This lady continues to not get a win. And it's bothering me. They're like, you have two modes. You're either really zoned in your head or you're like giving it all. What? Huh? What are you talking about? Like, was she in her head when she was literally getting like fellatio on the stage and pretending to then receive to get up to then full on get into this one character? She's literally been sitting in the back for the entire play to then come out in this one big moment and to have the last bit of it. And you're talking about getting cerebral. Are you serious, Javi? I was like, you are funny. You're funny. This is weird. Like, oh my God. It was like, what is happening? Like, my coconuts, you can put them in. I just want to listen to Kim Petras after this. I need something light and stupid. Like, real talk. Like, what? Oh my goodness. Like, okay, the violin bit was funny. But again, like, look at what this lady had props. Petita had props, a cell phone, a violin, full on come on. It was written for a top placement. Like, let's not do this today. Let's not do this today. Not okay. Not what's up. And you know what, just Blair, get ready for me to give Visa their flowers, because Visa was speaking nothing but the truth. And Pink Chadora, you will be forever on my good side because you came in when you went on the right time. Because Petita tried to knock that down, and you said, "Nah, baby, let's talk about last week when we had the snatch game and how you were fucking acting." Oh, I was like, "Ow." I was like, okay. Look at how they acted. Look at all this. Oh, it was amazing. Let's get to the runways. It's 3-1, season 3. Paquita is the most beautiful queen. Like, she is just gorgeous. Like, not even going into the reveal. This bitch is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I don't have the words. Just beautiful. Like, are you serious? Madam, it's the transition into a flamenco dress for me. Oh, And how she did it just so sweet and just so it was just so much. I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. The way she presented it was so puss. I was like, oh, I love her. Ow! Oh my gosh. They play in her face too. Like honestly, they play in her face. Into the swimsuit. So the rule was that the outfits had to be fully connected and they can't leave any clothes on the stage. That's the rule. The whatever they're doing as far as the looks are concerned with like reveals and stuff like that, there cannot be any sort of separation from the outfit. So the 3-in-1 had to be all together connected. That's very hard to do. I agree with Marta Mom on that one. I was like, really? I'm like, not you. I'm like, wait, let me think about US Drag Race. No, the girls were leaving shit on stage. Listen here. Vanya Vanilla is next. No. She did seasons. No. What is this? No. No. Mm-mm. 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 That's all I have. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not every look got uglier. Like, what are you talking about? I love how they were like, but that last look was shut up. Don't lie to her. Don't do that. That's rude. Like, don't play in her face like that. That should look weird. Like, don't do all that. Please. Like, I like her a lot, but no, chop. Like, severely. Like, I know she's going through some emotional journey right now, and I don't know if that's playing into the judge's decision with like keeping her because they know her, but like, no. It was all ugly. Like, and I hate to say that, but it was all ugly. All of them. Every one of them. Jacket first, boom. Ooh, no, boom. Ooh, no. What is this? No. Mm-mm. That rainbow makes no sense. I was like, girl, what? Because it's Pride Month and it's June? Like, are we in summer? Out. Okay. Next up is Ornella Gongola. Now, they play in your face, sister. So I was like, uh-oh, trash bag look, like what's going on? But the banana on top of the head, I thought was like everything, right? Then she turns this into a homeless woman who possibly may have something going on. You know how it is sometimes with homeless, and we forget about those people, even though they are humans and they need love just like everybody else. Sometimes that's what it takes to get someone out of a dark hole before. And she is, this, God, this was just so great for me. And I found the story to be amazing. How the transformation into the trash, into this princess who can see herself through the trash, or someone who has found this light through their darkness, and the whole everything about Ornella's looks as far as the way she tells her stories. You know how some people can be storytellers from a particular season of Drag Race that recently happened, but everything looked ugly. That's not Ornella's tea. It all makes sense and it all like goes together. I was sitting here like really in awe of the moment, because as she's telling me what it's about, I'm like, whoa, okay. That's interesting. And it kind of adds so much flavor and context to who she is. And one thing about it, and I'm going to be really sick if she gets eliminated. Ornella does this thing with her runways that gives us, I think, a piece of her, or stories that she is fully has experienced before. And I feel like I get to know her a lot through her runways. And it's very, very well done. I'm such a fan of her. So I just don't like that she continues to get up here and it's like, Now, I do like Pink Chadora, but I do think that they are playing a little favorite moment with her as far as not having certain things said like they need to. Like, let's be very clear. Ornella did really good Pink Chadora did really good in the snatch game, but her runway was not cute. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was not on the same level as Ornella's, and even Vanya was giving last week. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I don't know here. But listen, now she's doing something clever. It's based off of a person who's famous in Spain. If you go to Marta Mama's video, she'll talk about the person who has Arancha Castilla. Lord, I know I got that all wrong. Did her for Snatch Game, but she was going through different like eras or things that she's known for or famous for through her now 4-in-1 or whatever the hell you want to call these looks. So I was like, okay, cool. But it didn't move me. Now, Petita, as much as I was annoyed by her, I thought was fabulous because she did all Spanish designers from Balenciaga to, hold on, I wrote this man's name down. Where is his name? I wrote it down. Please tell me. I know I wrote it down. I was taking notes this morning. But I also was delirious this morning because I was so tired from not getting sleep last night. I think it's Manuel. Manuel, where is this thing? I had to show somebody. Who is that? I'm like, you don't know who Lucian Piani is, and you watch Drag Race? Weirdo. That's how you know some of these people ain't real fans of the show, and they just pop in on these new seasons. Like Alti, because like there was a joke that Green Gay made or posted from the exchange rate, and it was Trixie talking about like they were looking at a tweet, and Trixie made a joke about Lucian Piani, right? And it took Monet out, and some of these young new fans were up in the who is that? What is she talk? Who is that? Who is that? And it was like, so you don't watch Drag Race, like you don't really watch it because you've only seen the new seasons, like you don't actually give a fuck about the show. Like, is what that was giving. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, let me share an old fucking report from 2016 that literally indicates why that whole joke was made. And it really is sad that people can't just look up context clues. Y'all, please don't be that folks. Please don't be those folks on Twitter. If someone says something and you're like, ooh, I wonder who that is, there is Google. That's all you got to do. Please don't be those people. It's weird. It's really strange. We have so much at our disposal to have knowledge, and you want to still ask questions when dead ass you can literally do the research yourself. Anybody on Twitter can say things, and most folks troll people with answers. I know that because a friend of mine took a troll's answer as a serious answer one day, and he was embarrassed at the table when he just said a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm like, no, that's not why I was told. Well, you shouldn't have asked that person. Anywho, let's get back to the show here. I thought Petita looked really good in the Balenciaga, and then of course the transfer over to the other designer, all again Spanish designers, and then to the Paco Rabanne. And like it was, I thought this was fabulous, and I thought it was really good. She knows what she's doing when it comes to a runway. Period. Bestia wanted to give us a story of, of releasing themselves and coming out this dark cage and having the Fraggle Rock fall off of her head and then removing the possible bed sheet that was covering her. What's up, Carmelo? I don't know what this turned into. I assume she was either going to jump into somebody's I'm gonna be quiet and then or possibly clean something up. I didn't know if she was shaving cream. I didn't know what this was. I was like, okay. Then we went into this madness moment. And again, if someone's gonna give me the full explanation of this, that's fine. I'm just telling you, it still didn't give me what I needed, regardless of you telling me about it. I get it. It was a full-on like moment of release, and this is me, and da 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 da. But I was like, this was a lot, and I'm glad it was still within the category, and she did the 3-in-1 with it. But it was like, okay, that's thank you. That's me. Like, oh. Thank you. Okay, great story. Visa, the Moschino, I love that she went here. I love that she did this jacket. I think this is sickening. I live and I breathe. Now, when she transfers into the next dress, ugly. It's not cute at all. It was an ugly dress. Yes, it was. It was a complete disconnection. And she, of course, she had to take the coat off, which is not a part of the process for this runway. It's supposed to all be attached together, and all the looks came off. But like Marta said, and like it has been discussed before, Visa did not bring everything fully together. So a lot of the looks that were presented, were finished in the workroom, which, that's happened before with some queens. And honestly, I think somebody's won that way, to be real with you. But yeah, that's what I received of this. She said it was another butterfly, but I would have been like, this is a caterpillar. Clearly, it's a caterpillar. Why not have this be the cocoon, but not an ugly dress? And then the butterfly. That's why I was like, oh, she could have done this easily, like connected with each other. Easily could have had them connected, but like it just probably was timing for her and also taste level, because that middle one was, woo, no ma'am. Mm-mm. But I like the last look. The last look was sickening with the monarch butterfly. I also thought, I'm glad she did the monarchs too, because the monarchs, okay, so I had to do a project when I was a kid on monarch butterflies because I was obsessed with butterflies a long time ago. Plus, when I was a kid, my parents gave me one of those, they don't have, I don't know if they have this anymore, but I had like this green box, and it was my brother's box and had animal facts on it. And there was cards that you had, the cue cards, and it would show you the animal's picture. It had like, it's like genealogy, classifications, the full bit, like all of that stats and everything, and have all these fun facts and stuff. And it was like every animal on the planet. So my brother had it. I was handed down to me. I'm one of 10 children, y'all. So we had hand-me-downs and shit like that, right? So I learned about the monarch butterfly this way, and I understood that the way that they migrate in their lifespan is so short. It's so sad. It's like literally like, what is it, a week? They only live like 7 fucking days. It is crazy. Like, but they also migrate from America to Mexico and Latin America. Specifically, they go through Texas too, and through Houston, because we get monarchs every year around a certain time. I think it's like August or something like that, right? I think that's around the time. I think it's August. It's like August. Like late August, September. I'm trying to remember all this from off the top of my head, but like she always pays homage and love to Mexico, and that's one of the things I like about Visa and certain other queens who are on this show, where they pay like really their roots, even though the roots can be deeply rooted in that, not accepting them fully for who they are, but it also makes up a lot of who they are as a person. I know I said that back to back like that, and it's really lazy, but if you get my drift, it just, everybody is doing things that I think are really amazing, and it teaches me a lot about who they are and where they're from, and I'm really appreciative of that with Drag Race España. So it's like I'm learning a lot through this, but also I can like oh, I know what this goes, I know why she did that, I love that. So Clover Bish, this is definitely her age, and I'm not reading anybody who's in the young 20s here. I'm old, but like this is definitely for the young gats, the Bratz dolls. Like I was still in the Barbie era by the time I was too old for whatever. The Bratz sensation happened, and that's when all the people went out there for the dolls with the high cheekbones and all the filler and everything. You want to ask about plastic surgery, baby? I was like, literally, those dolls look like that, but. But I get the whole trend that went behind it. But she basically changed clothes like a Bratz doll into these different characters. Hold on, it's a car alarm. Oh my god. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's continue. Oh, I'm ready for these 2 days off, y'all. Oh, goodness gracious. Good for you, Rich. Good for you, babe. Whatever makes you happy, honey. But yeah, I thought her runway was cute. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was her runways aren't like super, extravaganza, but I thought it was successfully executed. I'm not familiar with Bratz, so I really didn't have like a care for this, but it was also like, oh, okay, good for you, baby. Like this is cute. Pink, Chadora, and Bestia were safe, while I guess the top 2. Do we even say that? I won't do that. There's no top 3. It literally was bottom 3, Paquita, Visa, and Clover. Safe, but let's talk to you, Vanya and Ornella, and clear, we're gonna give you a win, Petita. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and she may find it that with them 2 fingers, but bitch, I'm gonna be very honest with you. This is exactly what it was. Vanya was not in the top 3. I hate to tell you. Literally dragged her for her outfit. That's not top 3. It was Ornella. You're either in your head or you're this. That is safe high at this point. Okay. Like safe high. I'm like, this is literally Petita's like whole, like, no, nothing went wrong. Everything was perfect. No kind of critiques for any sort of feedback. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Paquita, like, oh my goodness, you look amazing on the runway. You always come and you bring it, but you were terrible in the challenge. Clear bottom 3. Visa, why? And then you broke the rules. So you're definitely lip syncing tonight. Like you broke the rules. Like, why did they have to be stressed like more than once? I didn't understand that. It was Javi wanted to say something, Anna wanted to say something. Like, we get it. She's gonna be lip syncing tonight. We got it. Clover, how dare you exist? Like the Clover we know. I'm like, do you know her? Because this is interesting. And when she had to have that moment on the runway where it was like, I hear you, but I just don't get it right now because clearly I am trying, but you're saying I'm not. And honey, it was a lot of safe people up there, a clear winner, and a bottom 2. That is that. Like, if we just really want to talk about it. Actually, I'll go ahead and say it. Petita was the winner. Top, that's it. Safe, but we want to talk to you is Ornella, Vanya, and Paquita. We just really want to go there. And the bottom 2 is Visa and Clover. Now, if you want to have for your track record purposes, if that's your top 3, fine with you. I'm watching a show on a whole nother level. I've been doing this for years. I'm tired of seeing this kind of shit play out on TV sometimes when it's like, girl, obviously Vanya's not winning because her runway was trash. Okay. Ornella, the moment they opened their mouth and said the mental thing, not going to be. And Petita received no negative critiques. And when they did critique her or give her some sort of something, it was very, don't worry. We know you didn't know what you were doing. It is so weird. Like, okay, whatever. Moving forward. Bestia, you had every right to be upset. At least to get some commentary and critiques would have been somewhat helpful, especially since you did do a good job, even though this runway was confusing. But I get it. You could have interchanged place with other folks. Other people could have been in the back. I was like, this is weird. Pink Shadora, I understood why she was safe. Now, when we get to in Untucked, when we get there, right? When we do all that, when we get to Untucked, Visa needed to call out Petita because it was starting to become like, girl, like happy for you and all that jazz. And like, we can be these people, like, but let's be honest, like you're getting easy roles and getting praised for it. Low key, high key. And a lot of the roles are not designed to do well. And it seems like we're always in this position where, you're saying we should be doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but the judges are not, they're not really evaluating this the correct way, honestly. And Petita found it to be very jealous. She's like, oh, she's just jealous of me because, mad because I'm doing good in this position. But I'm like, no, baby, I'm watching the show. You have been 3 wins. Oh, and 6 up. Come on now. Like I'm happy you're getting good critiques. I'm glad this is a boost for your self-confidence. You doing very well is very good. I'm happy for that. But there's other people in the room that are affected here who are actually very good at what they do. And it's honestly getting really weird how it's playing out. Anywho, when it was almost shut down, even though Clover was me in this moment, like, oh my God, like, Visa's saying everything everybody's been thinking. And a lot of people aren't expressing it. But like Pink Shadora had to jump in because it was like, girl, you are two-faced. One, you just like last week with this whole Snatch Game situation and how you were acting like, oh, I don't understand why this person's even up here when they weren't even doing a good job, this, that, and the other. When in this week, we're talking about how you got a role that was honestly meant to be in the top and you're clearly going to be doing well here. It was like, baby. So what are we judging the runway on? What are we judging the show on then? Is it the challenge or the runway? Like, we can't just say, Quintana, that the full, it's their looks aren't really put together, because there are people's looks that are put together, but then it becomes about the performance instead of the actual runway. Does that make sense? So now are we judging her with a higher percentage than others in certain categories, or are we switching it around? I think it's about likability right now versus actual, let me think about this as a whole. That's just my opinion on it. If you don't like it, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Petita won. Congratulations to her. Her 3rd win. clearly the front runner. I don't see her going home. This is obviously top 4. Again, just for those of you who are sensitive and understand that this is a show for entertainment, I like her and I'm a fan of her drag and I'm here for the full bit. I'm referring and talking to the show as a whole. Disconnect. Okay. You ain't got to protect everybody. I'm being very honest here. This is just how I feel. And a lot of others are feeling the same way. So we're having that conversation today. Now, Visa and Clover in the bottom, that was a very clear, we saw that happening. Duh. But honestly, this is the best lip sync of the season. Okay. The best lip sync of the season. These two were bucking. I was like, okay. Now, this is that moment when we get to say 2 people can stay and we can wait and just have an extra episode. But I get that this was already set up to go. I want y'all to recognize this is all plotted and I get it. I'm not mad at it, but it's plotted down. It's plotted, girl. Like, please, especially what's going to happen next week, especially after the Untucked moment that just took place. And now we're going to go, oh, come on. All Stars 2 completely. I was like, this is the exact same scene that happened in All Stars 2. This is ridiculous. But like, they were cutting up. Visa was doing it. Clover, honestly, this was way better than the last lip sync that you had with Roller. Like, you were eating. I loved every single bit of this. Like, oh my God. And I just did not understand why this wasn't a double Shantae when literally everybody lost their shit at the end of this lip sync. Everybody behind them was with it. We were like, oh my God, they're cutting up. Visa, you have very good core control with your body. It's impressive for you to hop up like that and bend over to get back out, honey. This cartwheel into that split. Oh, hey, baby. Look how high she in the air. Slam. Ow. It was good. They both were doing work. This is the stuff that we need to see from your performances and the challenges. If the role is not this, what do you expect to happen? This was a double Shantae. I don't care. It's a double Shantae. Look at this. The tall bottom got up. The short top stayed down. Look, Anna's giving all kinds of, I've never been to a ball, but I'll snap my fingers. That Monica Cruz loves these gays. Supreme. Everyone enjoyed it. Come on. Like, it didn't make sense to me that they just wouldn't have done this and then save that little bit for the next episode if we were going to already do what we're going to do. But I see what they're playing here with why the elimination happened. Visa is eliminated. I love Visa. One of my favorites on this show. I feel this was just not, I was annoyed with how this played out for them, okay? I was annoyed. But, of course, we've been getting this sort of, hey, you're going to come back into the competition, get yourselves prepared because it's not over yet. And we see that finally, the comeback episode is episode 7, and all of the queens who've been eliminated have a chance to come back into the competition. All Stars 2 all over again. The mirror reveal, the full moment. Like, oh my God. And I was like, oh God, here we go. I was like, here we go. This is about to be all of that and then some again. Hi, welcome back to the competition. You got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and possibly somebody can take your spot. Visa is not done with Petita, apparently. And now that the entirety of everybody is back, let's have this conversation today. Maria, you're going to be wonderful background visuals. I'm going to tell you that. I'm just telling you, sister. But apparently, based off of the commercial for next week or the teaser, Petita says, Visa set me up and I'm going to do bad and da-da-da-da-da. What if she wins again? Now, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? What if 2 people come back? Oh, I can think of 2 people I would like to have back in the competition, but I don't know, y'all. I'm enjoying España. I think all the queens are great. Personally, I don't dislike any of them, to be real with you. Even Petita, I know as much as I said what I said, I know people can find that to be, well, you just said I can do whatever the hell I want, but I like her. I do. I just don't like how the show is playing out. for her favor, and it's kind of clear. It's not like it's, oh, okay, well, I can see why she won this. So no, I can see this. It's very okay. So are we just giving it for that? And I don't know, man. The wins aren't spread out enough, and it doesn't seem like the people who have the most wins should have had that many. Like I could see one or two, right? But then Miss Pink got two. She won the dance challenge, huh? I just feel that some of the wins should have been spread out. And there are people in the competition still now that should have at least one W under their belt. At least one. And I can say strongly and proudly that Ornella is one of them and Paquita is the other one, in my opinion. I think that Vanya's had some high placements too that have been like played a little bit, but like those two in particular, I think should have had at least one win apiece from both of the people that we just talked about. I can see Petita with two. I can see the two, not three. I see two, not three. And same thing with Pink. I see one, not two right now, at least right now before we continue forward. Like that's all I'm thinking. Like it's like, it would make more sense to me, and the competition would seem like it's more evenly spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. It's crazy to me. That's all. Like Bestia has one win, Pink Chidora has two, and Petita has three. I would also argue wild card that Ornella should have two. I would as well. I don't know. I don't want to be that. No, you're just a little bitter. No, I'm watching a different show than you. I guess that must be where I'm at with that one. Okay. We must be watching different shows. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, everybody, listen. Thanks for tuning in today. Make sure you hit that like button before you walk out this door. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in today and giving me some love. Those of you who dropped the super chats, those of you who thumbs up, anybody that participated in this commentary today, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the comment section as well. It definitely helps out with the algorithm with my channel, and certainly will help me with presenting more videos like this for you to consume. What else was there? The Meet the Queens for Mexico. I'm taking a break. I need a pause. I've been doing too much lately. I'm already tired and stressed, so I'm not even going to even pay that right now. I will come to that probably next week. Flying Dream. I'm getting anxiety just reading that from y'all. You'll see me next week on that one. I'm sorry. I need a break. I'm supposed to be getting my cat tomorrow and spending time with that. I need a pause. So I'll be focusing on All Stars 8 and the panel. I will fly that up next week with y'all. Okay, but I'll do a video then. I'll do a whole reaction then. But I need a break, please. I need a break. Too much. I'm getting burned out, and I'm trying to not be burned out over a drag at this point in time. Okay, I'm really not. But listen. I'll check it out later. And we'll have that discussion at another time. I also got other videos on the way that are planned, so we'll get there soon. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all so much for being here today. Please hit that like button once again. I'll catch you for the next one. I got a doctor's appointment I got to get to now, and I'll see you Saturday. Yeah, I'll see you Saturday for All Stars 8. All right, bye.
Listen. Yeah.